Hi, I'm Kai Coneta and this is Kape't Insurance, where we talk about all things general insurance over coffee. For our pilot episode, we will be getting to know Mr. Mel Mallillin, our beloved president of Mercantile, a little better. Let's go! Hi, Sir Mel. How are you?
Hi, good. Thank you for having me, Kai.
Thank you for joining us in this first episode of Kape't Insurance. So, to start off, tell us something about yourself.
I was born very poor. And I was born in Tugigaraw, Cagayan, up north, under the sign of the Scorpio and the year of the dragon. Very, very lucky, very, very passionate signs. And because we were born very poor, I did not know anything else but work and study. No play. I had a very strong attachment to my father, who disciplined us and was the first teacher we ever had. He taught us very good arithmetic. He was taught arithmetic by the Americans. That's what he gave us, no? Down the line. And really, it taught us a lot of sense and logic. Because we were poor, we were made to survive on our own, very independent of our parents' support. All of us went through school on our own. My two brothers really went through difficult times also as well. But they finished their respective education because of the hard work. The eldest worked while he was studying. The second, he finished his university degree by playing basketball. I finished my schooling through scholarships, and my sister also as well. We did it on our own without much interference or intervention by parents. No? But as I said, that did not deter us from getting our goals for ourselves, right? And when we reach our goals, the next best thing we did was we shared. You know, I never had any adventure with girls, no, nothing of that sort during
When you
my
were in
schooling
school?
days. Yes, all I did was become just purely a professional student, maintaining a certain level of grades, because that is where the scholarship is continued. I even became a library, because I didn't have money to rent out books or buy books. I became a librarian. Because of that, I had so many books. I was even laughed around by high school friends or even college friends. No? All I did was stay in the library, study, and all those things. Because our philosophy in the provincial side, even here in Metro Manila, basically it's education that will carry you through. Even up to now, I still continue learning, etc. A lot of things to learn. No? Of course, obviously, I would have wanted to become a lawyer, but the odds were against me because my sister was coming in for her university degree. Somebody has to foot the bill for her other expenses. That was me. So I started to work at an early age, 20. San Miguel was my first job. I was hired as an organizational analyst. I left them after 22 months. This is where the beauty of the risk-taking in anyone's life comes in. I said I was earning a 4-figured salary monthly at that time. I had the advantage of getting a case of beer and 2 cases of soft drinks and a cavan of rice every month. And I surrendered all those things after 22 months and joined a group. This is the Ayala Group of companies, no? Management training program for 460. There was one time my father asked me for his beer because he loved to drink beer at that time. And I said, "Pa, sorry, I resigned from San Miguel." And he was so happy in the initial stages. I said, so you mean you have bigger salaries now, better benefits? No. No, I gave that all up for a 460 peso salary. He said, what happened to the arithmetic I taught you? Dito ako masaya pa. Let me just be. Okay? And then, he did not talk to me for a while. Until one day, he had to say bye-bye. No? And in his deathbed, he asked me to come to his side. And he said, tama ka. He realized that what I decided upon basically was the correct decision.
Yes.
No? So, what is the value there? No? The value basically is for those who will seek improvement in their lives. No? Poverty is not a hindrance. No? And number two, no? You never feel the time pass if you are happy with what you do.
When it comes to your career, Sir Mel, how did it all start when you transferred to Ayala?
I was a management trainee for finance, for insurance, for management. Mind you, this is my 9th company.
Wow!
So many companies behind me. And my first job after the training phase was with the FGU, now BPI-MS. No? I ended up as assistant vice president in that area. And then I was not happy anymore. I got a job offer from Anscore. No? And I became the head of sales of Provident Insurance, now MAPFRE. That's the MAPFRE group now. I stayed with them for a good 7 years, but I had to leave them after the 7th year because I got an offer from a foreign component. No? The Swiss Re group, which is one of the largest in the world, had a direct writing company in the Philippines called Switzerland General. No? And I was hired to become the country manager of that segment. The interesting portion of that is not just in the local area, but also the foreign area. You get exposed to how the international insurance works. So that was the lure in that particular offer, in that particular job. Unfortunately, the Swiss Re Zurich made the decision to withdraw all the operations of the direct side. No? And one of them was Philippines. And after that, I was appointed as attorney, in fact, to oversee the administration of the runoff. At the same time, I was made the director of the company which we bought in Philippine Home. No? It was renamed Semper Insurance. No? And at the same time, I was COO of Paramount. The Paramount then is now what you see as MAA. Okay? So that is how it has developed. Semper was renamed Paramount. Yeah. So that's how it went. So I was very happy because over these times, I learned how to open organizations. No? I learned how to grow organizations. And with the experience in the Swiss operation, I also learned how to close. So the whole gamut of the operations, I know what to do. No? I have a certain character, I must have to tell you this. No? In all the companies that I wanted to work with, these all have problematic issues. No? In fact, when I was resigning from Provident and going to a Swiss operation, my boss then told me, why would you want to go there? It's a mess. I'm more encouraged. Why? Because how else will you learn how to do it if it's not in a mess? Diba? So ako, I'm always challenged and I risk it. That in a mess situation, if you're able to straighten it out. Dalawa lang naman ang sagot niyan eh. You fail or you succeed. I succeeded. I'm very happy with the way it turned out for me. I even was once president of Equitable Insurance, owned by the Equitable Bank then. From the Swiss operation, I went there And then after that, after 4 years with them, I went to a company called CCC, Commercial Credit Corporation. After that, I went to PNB, no, your former company also.
Yes.
I lasted only for 1 year and 1 month, and then I was taken in by the Metro Bank Group to head the Philippine Charter. Then was the name. We renamed it Charter Ping An, and today they're called Charter AXA or AXA Charter or AXA, whatever. And today I am here in Mercantile Insurance. I'm happy. It's my 5th year already with this company. I've grown for the last 46 years. And that's what I always tell people, especially the young ones like you, no? Mark also. No? You choose a company where you can learn the skills fast, no? Because this will propel you to be going up faster, right? Rather than go after the money immediately. No, everybody needs that. But my position always is, and up to now, always is, get as many skills as you can, because in the end, that's where you will learn, and the more learnings you have, that translates to the peso sign. That's it.
So aside from being the top brass of Mercantile Insurance, what keeps you busy nowadays? Are there hobbies or passions that you are pursuing?
Yeah. Being with Mercantile is a passion in itself. It's a busy function in itself. As you must have known, we have for the last 4 years leveled up the performance of the company, netting us awards as being the fastest growing organization in our industry, which also netted us an award of being number 7 in terms of net premiums written, from where we started at number 26. We also excelled in the Asia-Pacific region. We were adjudged as one of the 500 fastest growing organizations in Asia-Pacific. So the 3 plums altogether brought us really, really joy and fulfillment, and that really kept us very busy. On top of that, I was elected chairman of the Insurance Institute for Asia and the Pacific, just very recently. I also teach at the De La Salle. In that course, we introduced the De La Salle called Insurance and Risk Management. Insurance is something you don't learn formally in school.
Yes,
basically, you get this training through experience. But over time, and meaning 46 years in the business, really gave me the expertise, the experience. Although, of course, there's still a lot to learn, especially the relationship of the Philippine insurance industry to the world, international part of it.
So speaking of our company, Sir Mel, how do you see Mercantile Insurance 5 to 10 years from now?
Oh, very bright, no? With the present situation right now, even during this pandemic season, what we did over the last 4 years basically was build the base. I'd say very bright prospects because there are, as we speak, 54 non-life insurance companies in this industry, and there is a demand to keep on increasing the net worth. It will demand another round of increase in 2022, while we foresee that in 2022, we'll be able to build our net worth without necessarily asking for contribution from the owners, because we have a very good result year on year. 1 to 10 competitors are the big-time players. We're number 7, so we're big-time pala. We're part of the big league already. But in order for us to further grow, yun na nga, the assumption there is we have to do our best to retool, to add into the skills of our people so that when they compete with the other 9 in the top 10, we turn out to be better than they. So again, I'm always asked this question, which is a better resource, the financial or the human resource? I say immediately the human resource. Why? Because you may have the resources financially, but you don't have the people to run the financial resources. Of course, the financial support basically is important. You'll not be able to exist without it. But in order for you to grow the business, you have to have very good people. Basically, that is what's happening. We're very organized, no? We have people who will see through a position, hey, wag kang tutulog-tulog, ah. I saw that in our Monday meeting, just today. So all these are basically geared towards growth directions. I'd say with constant prodding, with consistent directions, no? With very good coaches all around our people. We'll win the next battle. No? Although, of course, the world is also changing. No? All these are assumed to be just organic growth. We grow from our own resources. No? There's another type of growth, and that is being encouraged now in the Asia-Pacific region, even throughout the world. No? And that is what? Acquisition, joint ventures, no, etc. No? Cross-border investments, no? Foreign companies wanting to come in and join partners or partner with local companies like us. No? And we're very happy because of the results that we have shown in the last 4 years. A lot of foreign investors, no, would want to take a look. No, they want to take a look into our books. No, they want to take a look at us, di ba? And when we do Zoom meetings with them, no, almost always they're convinced, no, can we buy more than majority? But the joy is when you're being recognized for the feat that you have accomplished. And that is one manifestation. We've proven to them that our average growth rate is at 32%. Imagine that. The industry is growing by 10%. Mercantile is growing at 32%. That's a no-brainer, di ba? So immediately you can see the numbers anyway. These are available to everyone to analyze, etc.
Finally, sir, we go back to you. How do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from now? Where do you see Mel Mallillin?
Oh, still be in the industry. Mercantile or otherwise, definitely it will still be in the industry. You know why? I love the industry. Ewan ko ba kung bakit ako naging ganito? Probably because ito yung industry yung naging tao ako eh. My biggest enjoyment is not remunerative in nature, not much though, but more in terms of the happiness I get when I talk to guys like you, no? When I talk to guys like Mark, our agents, and it gives me great motivation to help out. Kasi ito yung serbisyo natin eh. No? Help out, no? Why? What is the concept of the basic concept of insurance? Isn't it to help out? It is, di ba? O, so may nasunugan, di help him out.
Yes.
Yung tipong, ayaw kong bayaran yan, no? Pasukin ko lahat yan dun sa exclusion sa insurance policy. No, that's not the intention of insurance. Insurance basically a social dimension tool for you to help out yung mga na-aksidente, nasunugan, namatay, etc. You come in and help out whatever you can on the financial portion. No? So you see, encounter a lot of people classifications. And that also will, in a way, level you up. Hindi lang dun sa technical kaalamanan mo, kundi pati dun sa social graces mo. Diba? Don't you want that? You become more complete with it, with your exposure to them. And the biggest motivation of all is if you see in their eyes that you make them happy. So everything is laid. The plan is executed. So it's just a matter of time. Ready na yan. Ready. The next moves. I always want plan ahead.
Okay. So, thank you, Sir Mel, for guesting in the pilot episode of Kape't Insurance. And thank you for sharing your story. It's very inspiring. I wish you all the best and stay safe.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sir Mel.